Okay, so you'll see over here that I'm going to be demonstrating how to use OctoPrint with my printer over here. So you'll see that the bed has already been heated to 60 degrees because my bed takes forever to heat. So I've already heated that, but now we're going to heat the nozzle. So you'll see over here I've got the Raspberry Pi, it's plugged into the printer, I've got the camera, everything's set up. You don't need the camera, but I have it plugged in. So over here on the computer, I'll go to the web client, which is very easy. We just open a web browser and we type the host name of the Raspberry Pi, which in this case is OctoPi, which is already right there, OctoPi. And then that will load up the server over here. Let's log in. There we go. Okay, so as you'll see, we're connected to the printer and we can now set the temperature of it's called a tool here, but that's just the extruder. So we'll set that to 205 degrees. There we go. That's been set. So now you'll see over here it has set the temperature. And now what we'll do is that is going to need to heat up. So we'll go into Cura over here. And as you'll see, I've already imported an object and I've sliced it. And you can see it's ready to print. So up here is where we'd select the printer. So you see right here we have my printer, the Monoprice Select Mini V2, but you could select any printer here that you have, so any of the printers that you have configured with OctoPrint. So each of them would have their own separate name over here in the list. Then all you need to do is click this Print with OctoPrint button. So normally there's print via USB or save to file or save to removable drive, but here we have Print with OctoPrint. So we click on that, you'll see it uploads it to the OctoPrint server, and we can click on this button to access the server, but it's already open over here. So as you'll see, the extruder is at 176. Now because I just changed the material, I'm going to need to prime it. So let me go to controls over here, and as you'll see, actually, you can see the feed from the camera. But let's move it forward 5 millimeters. See if we can get anything. It's the old filament. Okay, there we go. So we can prime the extruder from there. Okay, so now we're ready to begin the print. So as you'll see, the print, because we clicked that Print with OctoPrint button, the print shows up over here with the file, and it was the API client or Cura that did that. And it tells me it's going to take, how long it's going to take. We can move things around. So let's begin printing right now. So we'll click on that, and you'll see that the printer everything should enter print mode. So, well, actually the extruder has to heat up to 62 degrees. Let me just remove this material seeping out. Okay. And you'll see that now the printer has started printing directly from OctoPrint. And now, if you're used to using Cura to move around the print head, and to monitor prints, you can still click on monitor over here, and all of the stuff that's going on is still over here. You see, we still have the printer name. You can set the temperatures. Well, right now it's printing, so we can't set the temperatures while printing. You can do that through the web client, but not through Cura. And, we could also move it around if it wasn't printing, and send G-codes and monitor the print right here as it's printing. And as you'll see, it is printing as it should be. And so at this point, via the web client, if you have the camera plugged in, you could monitor, although you don't need the camera, like I said. And you have over here the temperature. This is the graph of the temperature, as well as down here you can set the temperatures, and they're actually preset temperatures. So if you want to, you can tell it to just set ABS or set PLA or set PLA wood or set whatever temperature you want directly by clicking that button, so you don't have to type it in every time. Over here is where you can monitor the print, and if you want to upload another file while it's printing, so say you've prepared another file so that you can print it right afterwards, you just click upload, and then you can upload any G-code file or even STLs and it will slice them, but that's not recommended. You can see over here I've got a bunch of ones, so I'll just upload one of them, let's say, to maybe this one, and you'll see that it will upload the file. And next time when we want to print that one, we'll just wait for this current print to finish and we'll run that one. And if you have multiple printers, you would just type the different printers' host names into here. So this printer would be OctoPi, but if you have 3 printers, you could name them OctoPi 1, OctoPi 2, and OctoPi 3, or name them, whatever you want to on your network. Now also over here we have something called a G-code viewer, which shows us exactly what the printer is doing right now and allows us to check on that. Here is what it's actually doing to communicate with the printer, and we can even set it up to record time lapses via this section. So as you'll see, there's a lot that you can do with this OctoPrint web client. But really all that you need to do is click on the OctoPrint button. You see it is at 15%, but all you have to do really is click on Print with OctoPrint and then click on this print button over here in order to print something. And then of course you have all that extra functionality that comes with this. And you can close your web client, you can close Cura, you can close whatever you want, and it will still continue to work just fine. And if you want to access it once again, all you need to do is type OctoPi. Well, that's my host name. And also, if you're worried about people just randomly accessing your printer and using it, as you'll see right now, nothing can be changed about my printer. You can't control the printer right now. You can't do anything because, well, actually you can still view everything, but nothing can be uploaded or anything. No prints can be started because, as you see, I'm not logged in. So you would have to log in with your username and password every time. So on the network, so that way that when you're on your network, you can't just have any random person going onto OctoPrint and controlling your printer. So yes, that's how OctoPrint works essentially. And yeah, so I hope this video was helpful.